I won't be the only one giving presentations. I'll give one more, and after that, and there's going to be 3 other scheduled speakers, and we're looking for more. So maybe one of you has something. Some of the presentations later on in the summer will be videos by remarkable teachers, and some of them are really great. We are just in the second meeting, and look what we've already done. We've made progress toward our goal. We have come to a unified vision of New Earth tonight. That's great. Last time, for those who weren't here, we spoke about how this is the perfect time to dream a new world of the being. A desperate time for it, actually. We spoke about the quickening energies and how our planet and our solar system is coming into a high energy, high vibrational part of the cosmos. This kind of time, as we said, is a very transformative time. We're going from one normal average vibration to finally rest in a new normal, very higher vibration energy, a higher dimension, some people call it. And so right now we are in transition, and that a transition is not easy. Things get shaken up so they can reform in a new way. We talked about how chaos, which is part of transformation, always precedes a new transformation, and necessarily so. We are in a very chaotic time now, and that's very obvious. So we talked about the wisdom in accepting chaos and realizing it's a harbinger for change, transformative change. So when we go into a higher energies and higher vibration, we expand, things happen more quickly. Our thoughts go out and come back more quickly. We manifest more quickly. That's why it's so important to learn well how to manifest and how to think, because the results are going to come back with more power and more quickness, as you can kind of see starting now. So we create, the masters say, by our thoughts, by our consciousness, and by our dreams, all the time, depending on what they are. To quote a few illumined people, the Buddha said, "We are what we think. All that we are arises with our thoughts. With our thoughts, we create the world." The ancient and modern shamans, as quoted by the master shaman Alberto Villoldo, said in one of their major teachings, they say, quote, "The nature of the cosmos is such that whatever vision you have about yourself and the world will become reality." So whatever vision we have will become reality. Here's the crux. This vision does not have to originate with you. It could be another person's vision that you buy into or acquiesce to. For example, think of Hitler and so many other leaders. If we do not make our own dream and believe it, then our energy goes to that other dream through our simple, tacit agreement. So here we are in this world that we're in and have been in. It's time then, isn't it, to realize what powerful creators we are right now, either through direct creative skill or acquiescence to another's dream. Both are very effective, by the way. With the increasing energies happening now and the state of chaos we are in, it is very urgent that we step into our power as creators and focus exclusively on what we want and avoid giving energy and attention to what we don't want. So now that we have agreed on our vision of New Earth, how do we get about manifesting it? I spoke kind of at length in the video titled Envisioning a New Earth, which you can find on the YouTube channel and on the website and Facebook. But to summarize that, the formula for manifesting anything is actually a simple 3 steps. Number 1, we decide on what we want and we envision it as if it were here right now and place our attention on it. Second, we come into alignment with it through our emotions, our joy, fun, inspirations. These emotions are the fuel for the manifestation of anything into form. And 3, we detach from the outcome and let destiny just flow. So it's actually very simple. We think about it, we put our attention on it, we come into alignment with our emotions with it. It's easy for us to do that in a negative sense. We worry about things, don't we? We imagine the worst case. So our worry is an emotion, our fear is an emotion, that's the fuel. We find that kind of easy, but the positive visions, our minds, kind of our doubting minds, our conditioned minds, cling to habitual thought, our set patterns and expectations. But we can watch this because what we focus on is what we create. Are we focusing on what we don't want? Are we believing in its reality? How much attention are we giving to our problems? And even more importantly, how much fuel are we giving it to? In the form of fear, discouragement, anger? Are we thinking about fixing things, fixing the world that's going away, fixing everything? Joel Goldsmith, let's talk about him for a second. He was an incredible mystic, author of 50 books, and a phenomenal healer of many people, their health, their life situations. As in all creation, he manifested another reality through the action of his consciousness or attention. How did he do it? I'll quote him. He said, quote, "I do not concern myself with going into a dream and fixing it. I transcend the dream itself and go to the truth," unquote. The truth he felt and saw was the perfection of all creation and everything else being mere illusion. He was able to come into a powerful felt sense of this truth, and in a very expanded way. And people and circumstances were healed, more often than not, instantly. The truth he felt and saw would be something like our vision of New Earth and ourselves. So, what is the most effective way to envision? The best way, all the masters and teachers say, is that the vision should be clearly seen in technicolor, incorporating the 5 senses and being felt in the present as if it is already here. By feeling it as it's already here and experiencing it, that felt sense that you get provides the necessary fuel for manifestation because of the emotions produced, be it joy, inspiration, excitement, or fear, shame, and anger. This happens all the time, doesn't it? When we have a nighttime dream, we wake up feeling either good or bad, depending on what kind of a dream it was. We actually feel in our bodies an emotion. Or if we have a romantic or adventurous daydream, for example, same thing. We have a feeling. I have a lot of experience with daydreaming. It was my preferred escape from a difficult childhood. But not everyone can easily see and feel a vision. So, Let's do an exercise together right now that will help you learn to envision in a present sense felt way. Think of an incident that you have relived a few times because it was so much fun, joyful, inspiring, exciting, empowering. It can be anything: a romantic encounter, a thrilling jump from a plane, an award ceremony, anything. Okay. See it now, relive it again, be in it, feel the excitement. Now use your natural creativity and change something in that dream. Some little thing that makes it just a bit more fun or joyful or inspiring. Start with something kind of small. Could be a color, something said by you or another, a slight change in scenery. Make it just a tiny bit more expanded, more New Earth-like, just a little. Become the artist and creator you already are, and paint it your way. Let's sit here with this for just a moment. Can you see that you were able to create? Slightly repaint a dream? I would suggest you play with this each day. Make new changes each time and have fun with it. In doing this, you will significantly help yourself by keeping your thoughts and emotions at a higher vibration during the day. This little exercise can not only heighten your skill in creation, but help you stay attuned and aligned with joy, with love, with all the qualities we just described in New Earth. This will not only help you be more effective in our group project here, but it can greatly and positively impact your life as well. Your envisioning skill you're developing with this can be used to see yourself healthy, confident, or anything else you want to see the world or yourself. So do it. Do it for you. Do it for our group. Do it for the world. The second step in manifesting is to come into alignment with what we want. To come into alignment means we are in a similar vibration to what we want. If we want radiant health, we come into the vibration of that, which is very high. If we want world peace, we become instruments of peace ourselves as we are envisioning a peaceful world. If we want a joyful world, we come into the vibration of joy ourselves, and so forth. The difficulty here is that our minds drift back to its old ways and beliefs and patterns. We need to train the mind to a new normal. And that is why the great teachers have said, this is where the real work is. And in future meetings, we will discuss this at quite some length. How to become what you want to be. How to change the influences of the past. How to heal traumas. There are some amazing teachers out there doing this work. And we will get to that in future meetings. The New Earth Envisioning Project is not just a discussion group, it's a project, a learning and practice project with a goal of dreaming a new Earth into being and becoming New Earth people. That sounds like an amazing and ambitious project, doesn't it? But guess what? We can do it. We have that capability within us, absolutely. And we'll get to all the teachers that say so and how to do it. But for tonight, I'm going to explain something I've seen work very well in training and learning things. It's something I've been interested in for many, many years because I was once into education. I was once a school teacher. And I've kept up with some of the advances in how people learn. The concept I'm going to talk about is called total immersion, meaning that one totally immerses oneself in something new without it putting attention on anything else. The Steiner Waldorf schools and some of the Montessori schools implement this technique by teaching one subject for a duration of time. So, for example, they might spend a whole day or a whole week on just math or just science or just music. They think and do no other studies. The teachers make it fun and play games and have fun projects, implementing the math or music or whatever they're learning. It is found that children learn so much more quickly this way. I've experienced this myself. Before I left California to move here, I went to UCLA to a course that certified me as an ESL teacher, English as a foreign language. They taught us to teach English in a total immersion way. And well, was it different from my French language courses in high school and college? There was no translation. A student came in who did not know one word of English and was taught English using no word of their language at all. They were not allowed to say even one word in their native language, only English. How did we teach them? We taught by using signs, facial expressions, gestures, pictures, and especially fun childlike games. In fact, over 50% of the time had to be fun games. This with all ages, including adults. How did this come about? This is a method that was established worldwide after a massive research effort to find ways to teach English to the world and have it be the language for worldwide communications. Corporations, governments, foundations all contribute lots of funds for this research. The researchers did many studies. They came up with this immersion method, and it has two components. The first is immersion, and the second is fun and games. Isn't that interesting? Why immersion? When a student comes into an ESL class, they are immersed in the language being studied for hours and hours, hearing only that language. In immersion, the mind lets go of conditioned patterns and opens up to take in the new experiences and deal with it and go with the flow. The mind has no other alternatives. Why the fun and games? The most interesting part. The researchers found that the quickest way learning comes is when there is joy and fun. These emotions, by the way, are high vibrational. And as we've already said, these vibrations expand the mind. As we discussed last time, the high vibrations quicken everything and expand consciousness. Also with fun and games, the mind acts spontaneously without thinking. So in the English class, during the games, the student automatically speaks the correct English word or phrase in the moment, and usually in a good accent, without even thinking. It's incredibly amazing how it works. Coincidentally, it is exactly how a new baby, learns to speak. We were taught to teach English this way, and we practiced with each other, all English speakers. But to give us the experience of the students we would teach, Our instructor brought in a Chinese teacher who spent several hours with us using this method. We quickly began to automatically say Chinese words and phrases, especially when we started our fun childlike game. We said these words without thinking, and it surprised even us. I later traveled to Barcelona, Spain to visit my stepdaughter, and one of her friends is an ESL teacher in a college there. She teaches advanced business English. I asked her if she used the immersion fun method with childlike games to business people. Yes, she said. And she also said she could not believe she was actually being paid to have so much fun. So you might think, what does this have to do with us? Playing child games and being a joy? I mean, you might think, okay, we have an urgency to do something about this world, right? And you're talking about silly child games. Is this serious? The world's falling apart, I'm falling apart. Remember, you're falling apart to reassemble into something even more amazing. But okay, this is spirituality, right? I have another story. Another experience I had with total immersion is when I went to the Monroe Institute and a 3-day course led by a medium, Suzanne Giesman, who would teach us the techniques of channeling people on the other side to benefit the people they left, their families. I had lost my sister, Mary, and was interested in this for that reason. We were for sure in a total immersion. We got up real early in the morning and meditated with headphones and hemisync sounds designed to align the 2 brain hemispheres. We meditated 4 times each day with these sounds and Suzanne's guiding voice. We were at it all day, beginning early in the morning and ending late at night with short breaks for meals. There was no time to talk to anyone about anything else, and we really didn't want to because the class was so exciting, fun, and magical. There were over 20 people there, and it's hard for me to even believe it now. But every one of us was successful in connecting to a departed one, and we really did it, and passed Suzanne's very strict verification rules. We had to come up with evidence, a name, personal information that only a departed person had. And guess what? We all did it. Even the young husband who was dragged there by his wife, only there to appease her, with no interest in it, which he proclaimed when he was introduced. And at the end, he was one of the best ones. So, total focus on one thing with exclusion of everything else. And fuel of fun and excitement. And voila, we were mediums in 3 days. And what we all came away with was a surety, a certainty that anyone can do this. This is our nature, one of our innate skills. We are multidimensional people, no question about it, all of us, whether spiritually educated or whatever. There were lots of different kinds of people there. We totally have the capacity to experience other dimensions. Our consciousness is very profound. We just had to have an environment that allowed nothing else to distract us or attract us. And so we would pay attention to our limited conditioning and so forth. The fun and excitement didn't allow that. Those are lower vibrations, that limitation. We're in a higher vibration, we're open. This method works, guys. It really does. So back now to our envisioning project. I want us to learn and become New Earth people in record time too. So what I've thought about is this will be a kind of immersion project. We will focus solely on the New Earth vision and our skills in manifesting and becoming New Earth people. And we will do it by having as much joy and excitement that we can have. One thing it does is keep our vibrations and mood high and ourselves expanded. For 2 hours, 2 times each month, we will soak in the positive vision of New Earth and ourselves as healed and whole and loving and confident New Earth people. This is why we will not be discussing current events of a negative nature. This brings down the vibration and want to bask in higher vibrations and let it work for us, just for the time we're together. For these few hours, we will immerse ourselves in the vision and what we really want. We will practice this kind of immersion for a few minutes, for 15 minutes every day. An immersion in a dream that in which we let go of everything not in alignment with it for a few minutes every day. This absolutely will impact your life for sure if you practice and make time each day to immerse yourself in playful and joyful dreaming and creativity. So relive that romantic adventure. Change it. Do it every day. Have fun. Be a kid with it. And watch what happens to your mood and your ability to cope with the chaos out there. It also has an immense healing effect, an incredible healing effect for you too. One of my friends at Unity had cancer the same time I did. Her cancer was very advanced, and she was given a couple of months to live. Her close friends and relatives living in California invited her there, intending to celebrate her life and see her for the last time. She was wined and dined and had a blast of fun for 2 or 3 weeks. During that time, she was so immersed in fun and love, she forgot her cancer. When she returned and went to the doctor, her cancer was gone. No attention, no fear fuel, no manifestation. Here again, immersion in fun and joy, love and friendship. No time for anything else. I know that because she told me all about the itinerary, and my goodness, I don't know how she did it with cancer, but whatever, it worked. Those beautiful high vibrations were there and the old was gone. Kind of like Joel Goldsmith healing techniques. Release the attention and belief in what he called the claim, as he called it. Go to another higher reality, and the claim is miraculously gone. On our 4th meeting, we will talk about the incredible healing and expansiveness of living in a higher vibration. But right now, I want these stories I've told you tonight to demonstrate the power of immersing yourself in your focus on a positive vision. My friend was in a joy-filled, total immersion atmosphere, and it manifested an incredible healing that was in alignment, by the way, with the emotions of joy and fun she experienced. We can do this too. We can, in these hours together, place our total focus on our mission and make it fun and be like children again. We will be looking out at the world. We're not going to avoid the world, but when we look out at it, we will focus on what we were going to call the points of light. Those people and organizations that are helping bring in a new world and a new us. This includes what Bob mentioned last time, the Thrive documentaries that introduce many points of light. The world we must cope with will, in moments every day, and in our group, be put aside for a while. Like the ESL students, we will leave our language, our current normal, and in joy and fun, we will become attuned with a new normal, something else that will delight us and seem like magic in the end. How does that sound to you guys? Want to do it? Okay, great. We have put, our team and me, a lot of thought into this course, and we will hope it will be progressive for you. We've already accomplished the first step. We have a foundational new Earth vision. Next time we meet, we'll talk about us as new Earth people, and we'll come into a similar vision of ourselves. Then the following meeting will be all about the benefits of high vibrational living and feeling, how to get there, and what that means in our lives and for the rest of the world. Then we will go forward with healing presentations by people who know and have experienced healings for themselves and others. I can't wait for these. These will be wow moments, guarantee you. Guys, I really have seen and I've been told and I know in my own being, we were born for this incredible time. We came here for this. We can do what our goals are in this project. Just like all the people at the Suzanne Giesemann retreat did it. So let's keep going forward together. And let's make some waves here to benefit ourselves and the waiting world. We're here and we're the right people are here, and we're here for a reason that we all agreed to, right? So let's go forward and let's do it. Thank you for listening. I hope this gave you something to chew on for the next couple of weeks.